Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been well. Thank you so much for the people that have been watching my videos. It's very sweet. Thank you so much. Today I've got a pick a card reading where we will be finding out what your spirit animals are. So yeah, let's get going. Hi guys, so here's a picture of the 4 piles that you can choose from today. Just take our time and relax and don't rush the process of choosing a pile. So some people like to choose the cards by just looking at them, or randomly. You can really make it whatever you want. Alright, so let's get going with the pile. Hi everyone that chose pile number 1. I've got all of the cards on the table already. So your first spirit animal is the hummingbird. And this card is about a person that has actually a lot of things to deliver to the world, a lot of good things, a lot of good teachings, a lot of important messages, regardless of how, kind of like someone that has wisdom to pass on. But it might come from difficult situations in life, and also the hummingbird would kind of exhaust itself, so it's also recommended for the people that have this spirit animal to remember to take a break, to make a moment to think about what's going on around you and how it's affecting you. Also, the hummingbirds can fly in any direction, so it also speaks about some degree of flexibility. So you might have had like a lot of different experiences in your life, and you have gained some wisdom out of them, and yeah, you've got kind of like, you're one of these people that always has like an experience that's given them like a lot of wisdom. Sorry guys, the lighting. Yeah, so you're also, I think people really find you like funny or like charismatic, or that you can gel with people. You can like banter with people, even if it's like a stranger. You still have like some touch, like a little bit of touch on them. Like you've got like good. You like to connect with people as well, and a lot of people like chatting to you, and you like chatting as well, I would say. Your second spirit animal is the penguin, and penguins are about authenticity, and also they talk about some degree of versatility. You might be a person that is quite that's quite I feel that you would always like do something to sorry about that guys, I was just taking too long thinking on what to say. I couldn't get the word out. Anyways, with the penguin, I feel that connection with people is very important for you, but I don't think that's the first kind of like perception that people would have of you, but it's actually very, very important to you. And also for the people that have the penguin as their spirit animal, it's encouraged that they break free from expectations from others, which I also can see in the rest of your reading. I will explain it in more detail, but there's definitely like a theme in your reading of you not, like, you wouldn't be doing something right now because there's some expectations of you and what you should be doing, or you are committed to something, like very, very committed. So yeah, the spirit animal would also encourage you to connect to your truth, to connect with who you really are, and to not keep it from others, because it could actually like help you create more connections, or like not more connections, because I think you have a lot of connections, but like more authentic connections. When you connect with like who you are and you accept that person, then you send out this vibe as well, and you will attract people that are also like on that vibe, which will actually save you a lot of trouble. So yeah, that's your spirit animals. For your tarot cards, I got Judgment in reverse, Six of Swords in reverse, King of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles. So I feel you've got a commitment to kind of like be responsible for something, like keep the balance of something, and maybe, I don't know, maybe you're like helping a club, or maybe you're like the treasurer of something, or maybe you have like a lot of a responsibility to keep something flowing. And yeah, I feel like you've got material commitments, maybe to other people, to a household. Definitely would have something, these commitments would have to do with something material, I would say. Not to say that it couldn't be like involved with your family, but you would be a person that would like to like keep that you're very committed to your family, for example, and that you're very committed to that, and you sacrifice a part of yourself or a part of your truth to kind of like not kind of like instigate imbalance in the situation, or not not upset the balance of things. You're keeping like a part of yourself to yourself. But with these cards, with the Six of Swords in reverse, I feel like this is actually preventing you from feeling more at peace, so yes, like being committed to people will because connection with the penguin is very important for you. It's important for you to keep the connections with people, but I also feel that you are sacrificing a lot of peace of mind. And yeah, it's that. I hope this just helps like reflect. I'm not really telling you what to do or what to not do, but that's like what the cards reflect right now. And I feel that these responsibilities could be preventing you from doing something that you want to do, or they're preventing you from making a decision or making a change in your life. That would be quite big with the Judgment in reverse. And Judgment is also a card about decisions that influence several people, not like only you. So again, I would say that these responsibilities are like related to like other people as well, and you making certain decisions will affect them. So with the penguin spirit animal, that's encouraging you from actually expressing yourself a little bit more clearly with people, because you might get results that will help you have like a more peaceful mind. And also with the hummingbird spirit animal, you're probably a very busy person, or you like to keep yourself busy, but and thinking that will kind of like bring you peace of mind. But in here I can see that actually stepping back a little bit, connecting a little bit more to your truth, spending some more time maybe in nature, or some more time just enjoying like some fresh air, taking a few minutes to like reflect on things and connect a little bit more with stillness, could help. But sometimes also keeping like these responsibilities on a good state, in a good state. I mean, also like gives you peace of mind. Not to say that like, oh, just go all the way to finding yourself and like be still, be quiet. The best thing would be that you actually, yes, that you do that, but it's a very slow process from like having a busy life to suddenly realizing how beautiful and healing stillness is, and peace and quiet. But I can see that in the cards it's like a theme that's coming out, that it's like you need to kind of like step back a little bit and rest a little bit more, basically. I also got the goddess Yuki Onna, who is the goddess of stillness. That's why I was also mentioning that word, She's the goddess of stillness and invites you to kind of like meditate and stop making so many plans for things, and actually stepping back a little bit and seeing that from stillness you can also become a very efficient person when you have these breaks in between these busy periods where you actually rest. And I also think this card is very relevant with the hummingbird people being advised to take a rest. So to do less will really what will bring you more peace and maybe more of that energy that you're looking for, rather than doing more and doing more and doing more. You need to like do less and maybe be a little bit more selective with who you share your energy with, because I think you kind of like go around sharing your energy a lot with people without really any sort of filter. So yeah, maybe bringing in some more self-awareness. And for your mantra, we've got balancing the brain. And the mantra is, I can be and do all at once. With this mantra, I feel like like I was saying, like these responsibilities, you think that it's either these responsibilities or my truth or kind of like this more authentic version of myself. And you don't think maybe that both can coexist. So maybe quite like something to try to achieve would be to actually be a more authentic version of yourself, and also keep these responsibilities at first and stuff, and try to combine the two together so you can be a more like wholesome person, and that you can feel like life's a bit nicer, I guess. So yeah. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot these other two cards. I've got aspiration and truth. I'll show them. Aspiration and truth. So with these cards, I feel with the card aspiration, I feel like you should maybe try to expect like nicer things of life. You know, even if you don't believe it at first, it's like, actually, what would I like life to give me? You know, is what I'm getting right now what I want life to give me, you know? And if the answer is no, then I think these cards are inviting you to dream a little bit more and not being caged by your responsibilities, and to not be afraid of thinking of these scenarios that might seem impossible right now. You know, to actually allow your mind to explore that territory. And with truth, once again, I'm linking it to the spirit animal of the penguin, with having to be like this more authentic version of yourself, like we've discussed through the reading. Obviously, I had all of these cards in front of me at first, so I had like this this more complete concept of your reading before I showed you the cards. But yeah, so you're a very responsible person. You're committed to your responsibilities, but the cards still say that it's important that you're aware that that kind of like way of viewing things is taking some of your peace of mind, and that you should try to be like a little bit more self-aware of what you want from life, and if you're not getting what you want actually from life, to not be afraid of aspire to more things, to have a more balanced view of things, you know, and to not get caught by the wheel, you know, kind of like of not being able to stop. Actually, a little bit more stillness and peace and quiet is what will give you more energy at the end of the day. So yeah, I hope you like this reading. Thanks for visiting my channel, and please leave a comment if this reading resonated with you, or if it didn't. I'd be happy to read both perspectives. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Hi everyone that chose pile number 2. I've got all of your cards already on the table, and your first spirit animal is the orca whale. This spirit animal is very, very protective. It lives a long time. It travels a lot across the world. And it's also very, very close to their friends and family. They're also very respectful creatures of each other. They really admire their matriarch, so there's this element of being respectful about this animal as well. So I would say these things are also important for you. And this spirit animal also represents people that have a very kind of like big journey to make, and it invites people to not forget why they're doing things in that journey, because the journey is so long they might get lost, and they need to remember why they're doing what they're doing. And also go to friends and family in those dark moments that things might seem unclear. So they have a very adventurous vibe. So you're probably a very adventurous person who is very flexible, who can be very flexible, but also can be very you can be a little bit indecisive, maybe, but you're very adaptable. But that might cause you to be a little bit indecisive at times. Your next spirit animal is the peacock. So this animal represents people that are very admired by others. It represents people that are going to be followed for some reason. They've been given a form of charm, kind of like a thing about them that really attracts people, and this quality is to be used so that people can follow your good steps. But maybe in your younger years you have to be careful that this wouldn't make you kind of like a self-centered person. But I think you've managed that quite well. I don't think it's ever been a big issue for you. I also think that you attract a lot of eyes to you, so you might have to like wear things that protect you, like some protective crystals or symbols, or do mantras, because I feel like a lot of people would be jealous of you, and you are a very good person, I feel. But this might give you some issues in life as well, some conflicts once in a while. I also sense a very caring person in this vibe with the oracle wells. And also with the peacock, spirit animal. This encourages you to be very grateful for what you've got. And to not be ever shy about your brilliance. For your tarot cards, I've got Queen of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So when I look at these cards, I see someone that's definitely like a star, like kind of like the same peacock vibe with the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like you're someone that really kind of like attracts attention to themselves, not because you're craving it. It's like you're a very admired person, and you're very vibrant, like you have a very lively energy. But with the Two of Swords, I think you can be a little bit indecisive, and that can get in the way. So with the orca whale spirit animal, I think the best thing to do is to remember the bigger picture in those moments where you're indecisive. And your friends and family will know you very well. I think you're a person that's very open with them. That I don't think you're like scared of being authentic with your friends and family or anything. I think maybe if you have some conflicts of jealousy with people, it would be from colleagues or like people that don't know you that well, because if they did, they probably understand that you're a very nice person. I see a very good vibe here, like a very caring, human, considerate person. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel that you're a very successful person. It's like anything you do kind of like turns into success. You're very hardworking. And you've received a lot of love in your life, I feel. So it's not difficult for you to believe that you deserve good things, you know? It's just that the cards are reminding you to be grateful as well. But I don't see an arrogant person in these cards. Also with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe there might be an energy in your life right now that something's not happening as quickly as you'd like it to. Sorry. I feel you might be a little bit impatient, maybe. I feel you're very independent, you know, and everyone around you is very independent. But you might be a little bit impatient, like if you want something, you usually like to have it very quickly, and or buy something, like you think of something and you like to get it done. You're a very big manifester, absolutely. But it will also maybe cause some degree of impatience in you to have this characteristic. And with the Three of Wands, you're a person that likes to dream, that likes to plan, that likes to imagine what will happen in the future, and that you manifest in your present so that you can get the future that you want. You know, I feel you're a very, very lively, vibrant person that's so full of energy. You have a lot of energy. And with your mantra, you've got rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. I think there will be people that will try to dim your light a little bit. Or you will let them dim your light a little bit. So never feel guilty for feeling good. Like never feel guilty for being you at the end of the day, you know. That's just who you are. And we've got the goddess of adaptability. Aine, I think she's called. And this goddess invites you to not be that like rigid at times. Okay, so I feel that in certain things you can be very flexible, and maybe in other things you're not that flexible. So maybe this reading is inviting you to find like a balance between the two. And to not forget that the key to getting what you want and getting to that place that you want is to be adaptable. We've got the card of friendship and spirituality. So I think these two things are very important for you. I think you've got your priorities very, very clear in your head, kind of like friends or loved ones, that includes family and friends. And kind of like growing your heart chakra, probably like being a very loving person to others and very healing and very helpful, very charitable. And then that makes you feel good and that you're aware of it. I think, this is a lovely reading. Very authentic person, but very humble as well. I don't see like an arrogant person at all. So, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment if you can, whether this resonated or not. I'd love to read your feedback. So thank you so much for tuning in once again. Take care. Hi everyone, from pile number 3. I just want to say that my look is different because I had to stop the reading last night. I got very exhausted in the middle of the reading. It was very late as well. So I thought that in order to give you a better reading, I would just do it with a clear mind and a rested head as well. So, first of all, in this reading, I see a very conscious person, a person that has made decisions in a very self-aware manner, and that you have to become a very kind of responsible person. You understand that you're the master of your own destiny and you're very aware of it, or you're in the process of growing your awareness on the power that your decisions and perspectives have in your own life, and how your old perspectives and beliefs about life might have extended your pain in moments of distress. I also feel now you're a person that has grown a lot and is very aware of the consequences of their actions, and you're using this in a very positive, constructive, resourceful way. So your animal, your spirit animal, you got this squirrel. Sorry, I'll show you. There's some birds there as well, blue tips. And you also got the eagle. So the squirrel is, it represents a person that always knows how to get themselves out of difficult situations. They're very resourceful. They always fight to kind of have enough of everything. They like to be very independent people that always make sure that they plan ahead. They like to know what's going to happen and gather resources in order to make their plans happen. So a very good manifester. But you're kind of manifesting just what you need. I think that you probably feel fulfilled with other things in life as well, apart from having material possessions. And the advice for the people that have the squirrel as a spirit animal is that you need to remember to rest when you are feeling burnt out. So you might work a lot sometimes and not notice how much energy this is probably taking from your future. So also something that the people with the spirit animal of the squirrel have is that they possess this innate quality to always be on the lookout for resources, and they're basically always growing, and they have standards, and they always stay at this level. You have a lot of dignity and respect, and you like to have a good life for yourself. Sorry. Yeah, and you like to have a good life for yourself. So yeah, that's the advice for the people with the squirrel. And also you got the eagle, right? So the eagle is about it really represents someone that has gone through a very big spiritual awakening, and obviously the people that I personally know that have had these awakenings, it's not all just like flowers, right? Like really nice stuff. They've also done a lot of like shadow work and look at themselves, like have a hard look in the mirror over time, make it a habit, and they're always assessing themselves, and sometimes that can be painful. So they're very honest people. So I'm just gonna have some tea. Yes, so they've also the people that have the eagle, they over time they have worked on themselves on being very sharp-minded, to spot things very carefully. You're a very observant person, but I don't think it's something that I think, in other words, I think you have improved this ability in you. I think you understood what you had and how to work with it. That's kind of like the nature of the squirrel. And with working on that, you plan to become a better version of yourself, and you understood that was going to take some time, and you understood that you were going to have to take some difficult steps, and you got there, you did it, and now you've kind of like developed yourself into a very spiritually or mentally or both strong person. Pardon me. And the advice for the people with the eagle is to always be working on not flying so high that you're losing sight of where you came from, kind of thing. I don't think it's necessarily with arrogance, but sometimes we can get with you being resourceful and identifying what are your gifts, you can become kind of like self-absorbed and very into exploring yourself. And the advice then would be to remember to to work on staying connected with with where you started, because a lot of your answers will be found in that part of your life as well that will keep assisting you in your present as this ego, as this kind of being that looks from a very wise perspective, someone that has done a lot of like fighting and not exploring, gathering resources. That can be really, really tough. There would be also, that wouldn't be easy. I'm sure for the people that chose the spell, you've gone through some hard work, and like you've before you worked like that, you were different. After you committed to this direction that you took, that made you work a lot, but allow you to become this better version of yourself. You went through a lot, probably, because working hard is tough. So yeah, some point your life might become a little bit less complicated, but always remember to kind of like be compassionate with the people that are not there yet, basically, because I don't feel you would with these cards, but sorry, I thought I'd put my phone on silent. I'm sorry guys. It's so bad. Oh, it was so good what I was saying. Oh my god, I forgot. Yes, it's good to be compassionate with the people that are not where you are yet. Although, based on these cards, I don't think you are a cruel person. I actually think that you like to show others that it's okay to struggle, and it's not only like bad stuff that comes out of working hard and struggling. I mean, I know obviously with working hard you get money and stuff, but also you can get a series of other things that might be negative, like physical exhaustion or mental exhaustion or something like that. So for your tarot cards, got the Ten of Wands, Hangman in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, and the Wheel of Fortune. This is amazing. Honestly, there's like a very strong healing energy here, but you've had a really kind of hard look in the mirror, like very consciously. You really want to kind of like, okay, understand what you've got, the resources you've got, and you make the most of it. Like you've really worked at that. But now, like at some point you probably started playing things a little bit smarter, right? You kind of planned ahead. You committed to a certain direction, that you weren't going to start this direction in the position that you wanted exactly, but then because you planned ahead and probably you fulfilled your plans, you got closer to where you wanted to be, and you're doing this constantly, and now you're understanding the benefits. But I think along the way you felt very defeated at times. You might have a thought of abandoning this direction, but yeah. So also with the Three of Cups in reverse, I see this card as kind of like maybe you understood the value of spending time on your own and kind of like connecting with yourself deeper, getting to know yourself a little bit more, and not disconnect from others, but maybe become less dependent on other people to feel good. Maybe you stopped like looking for reassurance, and you allowed yourself to trust yourself and your projects and what you were doing. And this has allowed you to move forward. So yeah, maybe you were relying before on other people before all of this happened, Maybe you were relying on other people to get acceptance of you and to not make you happy, but like have a say in how sad you get. And I know we can't help it that some people make us sad, but we also have a voice in there in those moments where there's too much conflict in a situation or something like that. You got the German goddess. I think she's called I think her name is pronounced Eostre. She's the goddess of new beginnings. This goddess helps you with kind of letting go of the past. So I think you are in this energy already, but I think you did have to go through a transition where you had to make an effort in understanding your past, understanding what was hurting you in that past, understanding where maybe some conflicts that you were having at the present, where they were, and how to resolve maybe some issues in the present with the help of your memory and remembering the past and analyzing it. Also, this goddess reminds you that even like kind of miracles can happen from disappointing situations. It's just that sometimes we can't see it coming, and this goddess would help you to remember to stay hopeful in those moments where everything seems lost. And by that I'm not saying like just be happy that everything's gonna be alright, but with your resourceful nature of the spirit animal of the squirrel, you have always kind of maybe not always, as you've grown older you've realized that there's always something that you can do about it. You are never helpless. I think you really live by this. It's like you can always do something about the situation, and that's something that lives within you, and you always find hope in things, even in those difficult moments. And I'm not saying that you might do it in kind of like a happy way, but you've had no choice, and now you understand actually the beauty that comes from fighting for yourself and understanding yourself and using your gifts and talents, not only to be more materially abundant, but also to be more spiritually abundant. And that quantity is not like what plays the big role here. It's actually understanding how your environment affects who you become, and understanding that you can choose your environment or environments, by choosing, by learning to choose more carefully over time, and understanding your value, and fighting for yourself in those moments where you felt something has been wrongly done to you. And your mantra is inspiring others. I help others feel empowered by acknowledging their gifts. So this makes me connect this to the eagle a little bit, and that you are here also to kind of like share that wisdom of everything that you've gone through with others, and inspire people to be more interested in themselves and understanding that they can manifest a lot of the things that they desire, and that they have a lot of much more to learn from their negative experiences than they think. And many times the solution to problems might lie in those moments that we don't want to look back at. And you've got the card happiness and the card luck. I think this is what you like manifesting. It's like, I do all of my things to be a happy person. I don't feel someone that's like yeah, I do all of this so I can have more money. I mean, you understand that money has a say in this, but you also do things to be a happy person. And you also like to create a safe space for others, and to let others and to help others manifest things. So life feels like it's giving you a lot of help. You like to show people that life always has something in store for you that you can choose. You know, it's just learning to handle this kind of energy. So, yeah, I hope you like this reading. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you so much for coming back to my channel. I hope you can do something with this reading that kind of like makes you feel better about yourself, because this was a really cool reading. You should be so kind of like feeling so cool that you are you. I feel so. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment if you want. Any feedback is appreciated, always with respect. Take care, guys. Bye. Hi everyone that picked poem number 4. I just wanted to say that I look a bit different from the look that I had in the intro of the video, because I got very exhausted last night in the middle of the reading, and I thought I'd continue the following day so I could have a fresh mind and fresh head to start your reading with. So what I see here, I'll start with showing you your spirit animals. You got the bison, and you've got the white stag. So the bison it's an animal that represents kind of like the energy of a father. You know, it represents strength against like very, very harsh environments at times. But also an animal that needs connection with the rest of their herd. So it's an energy of keeping on pushing even through very, very harsh moments of life. And it also represents prayer. So either you pray a lot, or you might it would maybe meditation would be good for you, maybe to focus your head into improving the quality of your life would be good if that applies for you. If that doesn't apply for you, then you're a person that has a strength that they've acquired through confronting very harsh environments in life. With the white stag, that represents it represents miracles. It represents a very kind of like a king of the forest kind of vibe. Also, when this animal is seen, it is supposed to be indicative of healing coming into your life. But that this healing energy found you in a very kind of cold, solitary place, if you want to say, or that this healing came in an environment that wasn't easy to live in. So I think your spirit animals at the moment are giving you strength. They are trying to give you focus as well. And they are both kind of advising you to wake up that force in you that makes things happen, that that consciousness, that self-awareness of understanding yourself and understanding what you've got. Also with the white star, it also represents sexual energy. So our sexual energy also has a lot to say in our identity. So maybe you feel that your environment is not letting you blossom fully, I would say, for you to have the spirit animal, because, well, I'll show you. We've got the Six of Wands. We've got the Two of Wands in reverse. We've got the Six of Cups in reverse. It would look like that otherwise. But it's reversed for you. And we've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah. So again, with the Eight of Swords, if you're feeling like the Eight of Swords, your whole life is gonna feel like it is trapping you. You're likely to feel a little bit anxious and to feel that maybe your environment is a little bit small for you, or that maybe the people that are around you you're not connecting with very well, or you might also be contributing to your connections not grow at the speed that you would like them to. But this card also wants to remind you that you can always do something about it. As you can see, she's blindfolded. She's also tied up around her torso and arms, but not her feet. Her feet are not tied up. And that represents the fact that even though you might feel very small in your environment and very trapped, remember that you can always walk away. You always have the freedom to take yourself somewhere else. And yeah, that's very important in this reading. I just want to say, if you're not happy where you are, always remember that you can do something about it. Always. Whatever you want. Whatever feels like it. And there might not be a lot of people at times in our lives that can offer us a lot of help, but we always know that there's at least one or two that you know would always be there. You know, sometimes we might not even know them very well, but we just have a thing that something will help us. And this person, they will not judge us, and even though we don't know them very well, they might help us, and you know. I feel you want to move away from maybe something. But you might be a little bit scared of, kind of like, what would happen if I do this? What would happen if I change things? You probably don't want to hurt anyone, but you're hurting yourself in the process maybe of doing that. I feel you want to succeed with the Six of Wands. You hope that the situation improves. Or you might not be showing to the world that you have these feelings of the Eight of Swords within you. and this is what you might be showing to the outside. You know, to like, you see the man there, he's very proud, you know, and victorious, standing in a very strong position. And I feel with the bison, it's that thing of having this, to make yourself be very strong in an environment that might not be the best for you, or it might not be others, it might be maybe a thought pattern that you've got, you know. But I also feel that you might be very self-critical, so the balance kind of way of viewing these characteristics is the fact that you are a very strong person. You're very strong, and a lot of people admire you for your strength and your perseverance. You know, you are a caring person with the bison energy. You're a protector. You are a very I think you kind of stand out, and some people might not like the fact that you stand out. And maybe that's kept you small in some way. Kind of like your environment was like too small. Like, oh, I'm too fabulous for this environment. I'm like too... You know, when you're like, oh, maybe I'm too much. I might need to like dim myself to fit in here. It's like, no, you should not be doing that to fit in. Just find a different environment where you can be yourself. So with the Two of Wands, I feel that you might be a little bit frustrated about the fact that you are at crossroads and that you can't make a decision yet. You're just like, oh, it's right there, but I can't make the decision yet. It might not be up to you only. Like, these two decisions might involve other people. It might affect other people, whichever path you choose. And you might not be in a position to make a change, to take direction, to choose a path. Because you might be waiting on information from somewhere else, or recognition, or acknowledgement from somewhere else in order to make a better informed decision. And with the Six of Cups, I feel that you, in the middle of all of this kind of like standing very proud and being strong, and also feeling trapped and like this environment doesn't allow you to be yourself fully, and not understanding that you can always have something to do about it. And you always have a say in what you don't like. All the time. Never forget that. Then in the middle of all of this, you've got the Two of Wands and the Six of Cups reversed. I feel you maybe have something with a friend or someone that you kind of like feel like a lot of care for. You care about this person, and I feel you can't make a decision yet on what to do about this friend or something like that. It might be a special friend, it might be a normal friend, it might be a family member, you know, someone that you have a bond with, that it's not about material things or how hot you are. It's like there's genuine care there. And you might not have enough information to make a decision that might involve this person. And next to this, you have another path that you can choose and stuff. So you are a little bit at crossroads, and maybe you don't have enough information from this person or from the situation to make a decision yet. And this is also contributing to you feeling not empowered and like you might be a little bit trapped in your environment. And for some reason you don't want to make the first move either. And we've got the goddess Gula, the goddess of healing. It might be that there's some important lessons that you're learning right now from this. It's not all bad. I think maybe life is trying to give you this lesson because it might be very relevant, the things that you will learn from this situation, maybe in the future with new friends or a new partner or a new family or a new job that you love, you know. It might be important to understand that we can all channel our energy in a better way by choosing the environment that surrounds us. So you are probably in the process of being given this lesson. But just know that you're in the thoughts of people. You know, you're not on your own. Don't think that like people don't think of you, even if maybe they don't show it, which is not good, because otherwise how do we know if the other person's thinking about us? But I think the certain situations on the outside in your life that involve other people might look not very good, and you might feel a little bit low about them. But now it's the moment to heal and to look at wounds that have been there for a long time that might be hindering you from achieving your highest purpose. And your mantra is discovering happiness. I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. So yeah, once again, with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is someone many times that doesn't feel they can be themselves in their environment, you know, for various reasons. So I think this mantra is very relevant. You might have to work on accepting yourself and accepting who you are, and instead of like thinking that you can't make a decision because the other person's or this other situation or the external world is not giving you an answer, some of the answers might be within you whenever you decide to accept yourself as you are and accept that you are a much more powerful and much stronger person, much more defined, much more unique, much more proud of yourself than sometimes you might show your environment. So don't shrink yourself to make others happy, you know. One thing is to be considerate. I think we can all always be constantly working on being considerate with the other person, with our friends, with our family, with our co-workers, etc. But another thing is to make someone happy and make someone happier and happier at the expense of making yourself etc., etc. So yeah. And for your cards of the Enchanted Blossoms Oracle, we've got endurance and prosperity. So once again, endurance and prosperity. Look, I sense like a really masculine energy here, and by masculine I don't mean that you look like a guy if you're a girl, or that you're like a really macho kind of like guy, you know. I mean, you have an energy that is very protective, and for some reason, and that is very strong. I wouldn't say dominant, but I would say very like you stand out, you know. You stand out. For some reason you stand out, and sometimes your environment might not like it, you know. But not everyone in your environment, but maybe someone that is very close to you, or something, or a situation that is very close to you, or something like that. But I think through all of this, you've really worked on your strength, and you're also a person that likes probably to provide for other people materially. I would say, like, to be responsible, to always seem like a person that is willing to keep everything going, and to be seen as a responsible person that is not afraid to be exactly who they are. So that's what I mean with masculine. It's kind of like these traits linked more to manifestation, more connected to like what we can do with our energy that affects the outside world. I think you would benefit from to maybe think about why there are certain aspects that you don't like about yourself. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if like anything else comes out. Yes, just make sure that you also accept others like they are, and not try to view them in a way that they're not, because that's creating expectations. And unfortunately, if we are expecting something, sometimes we can get hurt. But then again, other times things might exceed our expectations, so that's a good feeling. So be aware of the fact that you have a very manifesting energy, and that many times, like, whenever you want something, it will actually happen, or maybe you attract a lot of people to you and stuff, and to be aware of it. To be aware of what you can do with that energy, because there's many different things, from good and not so good stuff, that you can do when you hold this energy in your hands, and it's up to you to transform it in a way that fulfills you permanently, long term, not only whenever you feel like snacking on that energy. It's about having like a healthy spiritual diet, I would say. So yeah, I hope you like this reading. Leave a comment, please, if you liked it or if you didn't. I really appreciate all the feedback, as long as it's given with respect. So I hope I get to see you soon, and thanks for visiting my channel again. Bye.